What's up, everyone? I am LessAlex, and if you are new to the channel, I play Magic the Gathering. Today, I have an awesome, really cool blue-red Through the Breach combo deck. I'm really excited to give you a quick little deck tech, and then we're going to play a game. These are some really short videos. Try and keep them around 20 to 30 minutes long. Just play one quick match on Magic Online. But if you do enjoy this kind of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and of course give this video a big old thumbs up. It does help the channel out quite a bit. And just so you know, I do have a podcast called the Control Freak Podcast. You can check it out. New episodes every single Monday morning, and it's all about Modern and it's all about Control. So let's get into the deck tech. All right. So we have this awesome blue-red Through the Breach deck. Go through the deck tech real quick. We have Desolate Lighthouse, some Flooded Strands, some islands, 4 Scalding Tarns, a bunch of snow-covered islands, 1 lonely snow-covered mountain, 2 Steam Vents, 3 Sulphur Falls. What this deck wants to do, if you don't know, it only plays 8 creatures. 4 Snapcaster Mage, and 4 Emrakul the Aeon's Torn. And what we're trying to do is Through the Breach and sneak an Emrakul onto play, and hopefully if the 15 damage isn't enough, they'll have to sacrifice 6 permanents, and that'll be too much to come back from, and then we can just bolt them, snap, bolt them. But this deck plays a lot of permissions, so we are playing 4 copies of Remand, 3 copies of Spell Snare, because Spell Snare is insanely good in Modern right now. It counters a bunch of great cards like Wrenn and 6. It counters Stoneforge Mystic, Snapcaster Mage. It's an amazing card right now. We are playing 4 Ops, so we can try and dig to our combo pieces. We are playing 3 Abrades because it kills a bunch of creatures, but it also kills swords, Batterskulls, things like that. We are playing 3 Jace the Mind Sculptor because that helps us put away redundant combo pieces. So if we have 2 Through the Breaches, we can put 1 back, or if we have 2 Emrakuls, we can put 1 of those back. And then we are playing 4 copies of Cryptic Command because this card is insane with Emrakul the Aeon's Torn. We can Through the Breach at the end step, and then on our turn tap down their entire team and kill them. In the sideboard, we have 15 cards this time. We have 4 negates because this deck absolutely needs to resolve its Through the Breach. So we're playing 4 negates rather, 3 Surgical Extractions because unfortunately the colors that we're playing, blue-red, don't have a lot of graveyard interaction. Playing 2 Blood Moon because Blood Moon is just a great card. Anger the Gods against the aggro decks, and then Chandra Awakened Inferno in the grindy matchup, so against blue-white control and against Jund, so things like that. But yeah, everybody, that's the deck, and let's get into some games here. All right, looks like we won the die roll, so that's always good. Let's see if our hand is a keeper. We've got 2 lands, Emrakul, and a lot of 4 drops. This isn't good enough. I'm going to go ahead and mulligan this one. Oh, and that's much worse. We have our combo pieces, but no lands. So that's definitely not keepable. That is one of the biggest issues since I've been playtesting this deck, is if you're going to pick this deck up, if you're going to try it, prepare to mulligan a lot. There's not much going on in this one, but I'm definitely not mulliganing again. So we're going to go ahead and put back some of these lands, and let's try it out. Gonna lead on a Steam Vents tapped and pass back. So big shout out to Team Solitary Pro. They allow me to produce my podcast and allow me to play in a bunch of Magic the Gathering tournaments. So shout out to them. They are a big help to the channel and to the podcast. And there's a lot of awesome players on there. All right, Jace is a good draw. Jace is a good draw. Feel like playing the basic here now that we have a Jace, in case we can muster up some other lands is the good play here. So what is this? A hideaway land. This is okay. Glimpse the unthinkable. Targeting me. Okay. Oh my gosh, so if we're playing against Mill, this is actually hilarious because Emrakul the Aeon's Torn is going to just shuffle our graveyard back into our deck. Oh, our opponent is going to be probably pretty upset. Surgical Cryptic Command. Okay. Well, the jig is up on what we're doing because they're going to see this Emrakul. Hopefully they don't have another Surgical. Surgical actually is a way for our opponent to get around the Emrakul shuffle clause because in response to it hitting the bin, they can Surgical it. So that'd be pretty unfortunate if that is what ends up happening. But let's see here. Just play Scalding Tarn and pass back. And having a Snapcaster Mage in our hand with this opt that our opponent put in the bin is pretty nice. And we even have a Spell Snare now that we can target. Thanks, opponent. How generous of you. And Snaring Bridge is not great for us. But our opponent has 4 cards in their hand. I'm actually unsure if we can win now because they surgicaled our way to bounce their Ensnaring Bridge. So that's really awkward. Cast this opt. Lightning Bolt's a way to do damage. Going to attack for 2. And then we're going to slam a Jace. We're going to put those 2 back. We definitely don't need another Emrakul. Don't ever think our opponent's ever going to have 15 cards in their hand for this Emrakul to attack. I think actually our way to winning this game is Jace Ultimate. Of course we can win attacking and bolting, but I think Jace Ultimate is actually the way to go here. Now that we know what's on top of our deck for now, I think I'm going to start upticking. Let's see what our opponent has on top of their library. Hedron Crab. It's 1 mana, so yeah, I do want to put this on bottom. Hedron Crab is like sneakily like one of the best cards in their deck. Milling 2 every single turn is definitely not nothing. Especially when we don't have cryptic commands to get rid of this Ensnaring Bridge. Opponent cracks their fetch. So we're going to crack this fetch land here. Get that Emrakul off the top of our deck. And then we are going to have the Steam Vents Enter tapped and opt at the end. I don't need a second Jace. I'm sure our opponent is trying to find a way to bounce this Jace. I'm just wondering. I'm curious as to what's in their hand if they've got 5 cards. I'm okay with that. Ah, misclick. Forgot to play my land. Oh well. Well, we got 32 cards in their deck, so they can't use these shell docks yet, although... Okay. Fraying Insanity is pretty good here. We're going to bolt our opponent. Well, a Braid is really good. Let's see if we can find through the breach here. If we find through the breach here, we just win. So I'm gonna actually brainstorm. Oh, we did it. Put one. Wow. All right, so we'll win next turn. Cool. So we just attack here. And hopefully they don't have a counterspell. Field Ruin is fine. And the reason we didn't put Through the Breach on top of our library is because they're going to mill it. If you're wondering why we didn't hide it from any Thoughtseize effects or anything like that. We just got to kind of hope that they don't have any Thoughtseize effects. They haven't played one yet. Mesmeric Orb. Yeah, I think we... Spell Snare that. So we have 2 Abrades on top of our library. So if they counter one of our Abrades, we can just retry. So this seems pretty good, actually, because now we can Through the Breach on their turn. So if they... Sure, Archive Trap is fine. Emrakul hits the bin. Let's see, do they have the Surgical? If they have the Surgical, we get to Through the Breach. They do. Oh, Fatal Push. Well, that's definitely not a Surgical Extraction. I'm fine with that. Gonna activate Shelldock. We have 15 cards in our deck currently. See what the hideaway card was. Drum roll, please. Visions. Okay, now I'm going to cast the Through the Breach, because I don't want that card to be... I mean, they only have 1 mana, but, like, just on the safe side, I want to get this Through the Breach through. In case they have, like, a Flusterstorm or something. Be really, really awkward if they had a Flusterstorm. All right, they're probably like, yeah, sure. So now, though, we only have 1 Abrade. Obviously, our other has gotten milled. So we really need this Abrade to resolve. I'm pretty confident it will, but you never know. All right, so now we've got a new graveyard. Oh, we drew Emrakul again. Let's see. Drumroll, please. Does the Abrade resolve? It does. Oh, we did it. We did it. And that's it. We're going to sideboards. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Playing against Blue-Black Mill. I'm liking the Gates for sure. Abrade was excellent. Lightning Bolt's not excellent. Not excellent. Spell Snares hit exactly Mesmeric Orb, so probably not that. Lightning Bolt's probably better than, like, nothing, right? There are 2-color decks, so Blood Moon's not excellent. I definitely like Chandra as, like, a alternative way to win. And remanding them a bunch seems good. Yeah, I mean, our deck is very good against Blue-Black Mill because of Emrakul. They have to have, like, exactly surgical at the specific point. So, and we don't have to, and we have to have, like, no counterspell. So, this is a pretty sweet matchup. This is a pretty good matchup for us. Oh, man. Let me know in the comments section if you think this is a favored matchup or not, because holy smokes, it seems pretty insane for us. Oh, man. All right, so yeah, this hand has no lands in our hand. We mulliganed to 5 last game and won, so that was pretty sweet. We're going to mulligan this because no lands. This hand, oh, 2 6-drops and a 4-drop. Again, like I said at the beginning of this video, this deck is very susceptible to mulligans, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I have to mulligan this one too, unfortunately. All right, yeah, this is a keeper. This is a keeper. We have 2 ops and a Through the Breach. So we'll put back this and that. So I got 1 piece with a combo. This is great. We're just going to crush our opponent again, right? That's the hope, at least. All right, so Island, Hedron Crab. That is their best start. So off to a much better start this game for our opponent. Let's... Oh, Cryptic. Okay, I like that if we can... Well, we got to draw land, so I just like that card. But yeah, everybody, you know, I usually play Control on this channel if you're new to the channel. But I did want to mix it up. I love casting or cheating into play Emrakul the Aeon's Torn, so... And there she is. Hopefully we're not met... Oh, no. Oh, no. Surgical on Emrakul. All right, well, that was very unfortunate. Gotta try try and get this one the hard way. This one's gonna be hard. And there, like I said in game one, with the trigger on the stack, you can actually surgical it. So that's not great for us, especially now with this actual factual dead through the breach in our hand. So, oh well, we'll fight on. We got this. Grafdigger's cage is very good against us as well. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Not great. We're gonna pass the turn if. Man, we are really backed into a corner because now we can't snap. We can't snap back anything. So this is pretty much worst case scenario here. Into the turn, we're gonna fire off this opt. Chase the Mind Sculptor is a way to win the game, so we're definitely gonna keep that. And they probably don't have many ways to get rid of it. Remand's fine. So now we're not going to crack this Flooded Strand at the end of the turn now that we need to start drawing lands. Bounce a Boro. So the reason they play that card, obviously, is because of the interaction with Hedron Crab. They get to make their landfall literally every single turn because they can just bounce it to their hand and then replay it. Free landfall trigger. Pretty nice tech. All right. Oof. Okay. Well, that's just not good. We'll play through one more turn cycle. If we don't draw a land this next turn, I think conceding might be in our future because holy smokes. No Emrakul and a Grafdigger's Cage in play. Definitely not where we want to be. And now that they have the Aboro Hedron Crab combo in play, going to be pretty rough. Oh my gosh, they hit both of our Chandra Blazes too. Oh my god. That's so good. Our opponent's so good. Not that we're casting that card in a million years this game, but... Alright, we hit an Abrade, which... Do we hit the Hedron Crab or the Grafdigger's Cage? I'm gonna hit the Grafdigger, or the Hedron Crab rather. See if they are just missing land drops, or if they're just bouncing the Boro. We'll find out here in a sec. Okay. Still not in a good spot. Still not in a good spot. Oh my gosh. All right, so through the breach, Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, our ways of winning this game are very quickly starting to dwindle. Hey, we did it. We're just gonna go get an island. And play a Jace. Hopefully no mana leak or anything like that. Vision, sure. Not sure if... Okay, Archive Trap is a thing. Oh, we've got 11 cards in our deck. Yeah, we're dead. We've got 11 cards in our deck. We're dead. Oh, and another archive trap. Yep. All right, so back to the drawing board. That was really unfortunate. We got on the first Hedron Crab activation, or trigger rather, we revealed an Emrakul and then they surgicaled it. So that was pretty bad. I do like this configuration though. Maybe Blood Moon. Maybe Blood Moon. I'm going to try one Blood Moon. Because... oh, nope, just one. I'm going to cut a negate for a Blood Moon. I'm going to run it like this. We absolutely want to play first. Come on, 7. This is a keepable 7. I'm keeping this. There's no combo pieces, but we've got permission, and we've got a cantrip. And we've got arguably the best card ever printed. So I'll take that. I will take that. Yep, just start with Snow-Covered Island, go. So Shell Dock. Definitely not the scariest start. Definitely not like last game, that's for sure. Let's see what this opt is going to find us. Through the breach. Okay. All right, so we got a remand here for our opponent's turn 2. Assuming they play something relevant. Hedron Crab is pretty darn relevant. Also, I just want to draw cards. Cryptic Command's excellent. Now, of course, they could play another land and replay it, but that's fine. We did it. And now we wait. So now I believe we play Jace the Mind Sculptor next turn. Brainstorm, hope to hit a land, and then try and end their game. Hopefully we don't reveal any Emrakul the Aeon's Torn in our graveyard. We did not. Chandra Blaze, Remand, and Opt. Tormod's Crypt, sure. They're trying to fight us on the access that we don't care about at this point. Oh, and Craft Stickers change. Oh my gosh. So they are stocked and ready to rock the graveyard hate right now. Again, going to get an island. And Brainstorm with Jace because, again, just trying to find a land. So next turn we can Through the Breach. Blood Moon is super interesting. They can fetch for a basic, so it's not great. So I'm just going to go boop, boop. And hopefully our opponents tap out on their next turn. And then we can Through the Breach and kill them. Come on, fingers crossed. No Emrakul. Okay. Yeah, we knew about those. What am I talking about? Derp. All right, still no Emrakul. Now the percentages of them hitting Emrakul is pretty high at this point. Target player puts the top 8 cards of their library into the graveyard. Okay. There's Emrakul. Okay, here's a moment of truth. Come on. Fingers crossed. Don't have it. Oh, yeah. Maybe playing Jace there was a mistake. Luckily for us, our deck does shuffle back. They just tag the Emrakul. So now we can try and Jace them to victory. And we've got a Cryptic Command in our hand, so... So we're going to have... Oh, sure. So we've got 27 cards in our deck. So they had the surgical. That's very unlucky for us. All right. All right, we do have a Cryptic Command though. We're not out of this. We got a Jace on the battlefield. It's not over yet. They're drawing, hopefully, a land for the rest of the game. So we'll go down to 17 cards with this. Oh man, they're hitting a lot of goodies though. Chandra, Negate, Snapcaster Mage. Gonna abrade here. That's going to do it, I think. Yep, that does it. Well, that was an unfortunate ending to that game. Yeah, maybe it was incorrect there to cast Jace. I just really wanted to find a land, but maybe keeping up the Cryptic Command was the correct play. Either way, had a bunch of fun. I think this deck is super sweet. Again, we mulliganed a bunch. I think we mulliganed every single game. So that is one thing. If you're going to try and pick this deck up, definitely be aware of it. You got to keep strong hands with it, and it tends to, at least on my Magic Online testing, give me real big fits with all of the mana problems that y'all saw. That was rough. But yeah, if you did dig this video, make sure to slap that like button and subscribe. I post videos every week, and make sure if you dig podcasts, if you're into listening to podcasts, check my podcast out. All that information will be in the description below. It's called the Control Freak Podcast. It's weekly. But yeah, everybody, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And as always, Magic players, be kind to one another. Have a good night.